Okay, so I think it's time that we talk about the elephant in the room when it comes to Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. And as you can see from the title, we're going to be talking about the missing characters. What's up with that, and what the reason possibly could be, and what characters I want to see return in Sparking Zero. Now, of course, leave your comments down below in terms of what characters you guys want to see return the most. It can be anything as simple as, GT based form Vegeta with the mustache or whatever, to like, I don't know, like Vegeta or some other Universe 6 characters, right? Like the Namekians and whatnot. So, let's get into the actual discussion here, because a lot of the community right now is kind of just really wondering what's up with that, right? And obviously I'm not, making this video to sound ungrateful or anything like that, because the reason that most of these characters are more than likely missing is because we have 182 characters in this game. 182 high-resolution characters with unique movesets, unique combo strings. It's all like, unique dialogues. And you gotta understand as well from the point of view of the voice actors as well. They've had to put in like so many hours when it comes to voicing all of these characters, in the Japanese dub, in the English dub. And there's so many different interactions, so many different details that's also partially probably a reason as to why some characters had to get the boot. Obviously, you have to put in so many hours, so many like there's so much complex work that goes into animating characters and modeling things. So it's a very complicated matter. It's not as simple as them just creating the character and dropping it in. You got to get the voice actors, you got to get all that stuff in there. As you can see, we go to the website here, and they completely updated all the characters that are here, so you can see all the Gokus here, and then we go all the way to all the Vegetas. Then we've got the Gohans, we've got Piccolo, you've got Trunks, you've got the fusions, right? Then you've got Videl and all the humans, what kind of humans, I guess, Videl, Masaroshi. Then we've got Frieza, all these forms, Cell, Boo. Then we kind of get some GT characters here. You've got Bardock as well. Zarbon, Ginyu Force. You've got like so many different characters. Then we've got all the, Broly's here as well. Then movie characters, right? Like there's so many things that are actually included in the game that we didn't think they were actually going to include. Like look at this, you've got Mega Shenron. You've got Baby Vegeta with all of his forms. You've got Kaba, he goes into Super Saiyan 2. Khalifa Kale. There's so many characters, and even like Frieza Soldier. My cat here, Morgana, wants to be featured in the video. Everybody say hi. Alright, Morgana, there you go, buddy. But it's like there's so many different characters to actually put into the game here. 182. Then there's 3 DLCs, which will be at least like 20 characters, like Superhero and Daima. So we're gonna go over 200 characters, and that's a huge roster with lots of voice acting, lots of different things, lots of little details. And this game's been in the works for a long time now, or at least a while. So I think that we could potentially get DLC for these missing characters, and we're gonna look at what those characters actually are at the moment. Okay, so this is one of the graphics I'm gonna show you in regards to the missing characters, and we actually have quite a few interesting ones that are missing. So one of the first one that kind of stands out to me is the Supreme Kai here, because I'm pretty sure the model for this guy is in the game already, and for some reason he isn't really playable. And then if you look at all of these Dragon Ball characters here, you've got Arale, you've got like, Chi-Chi, Grandpa Gohan, Android 8, a lot of these characters like Tao here as well. You've got the Pilaf Machine, Devilman, Demon King Piccolo as well. I'm very surprised that they didn't at least include Demon King Piccolo with, yeah, I'm in the way, but I'm surprised they didn't include Demon King Piccolo with, Team Goku and stuff. But, at the same time, it is a lot of different characters. Of course, I am also very baffled at the fact that we don't have Super 17 and Nova Shenron, which is really strange considering they ended up including, Super Baby 2, or at least all forms of Baby and stuff like that. So I wonder what's up with that. Did they just not manage to get that out, or was it just a choice like to include GT and then maybe Super 17 had to be sacrificed, or will there be some sort of DLC later on that adds extra DLC characters for GT and things like that? And then of course you've got this like Saiyan pack up here as well that we don't have. So we don't have Great Ape Bardock, we don't have Great Ape Kid Goku, We don't have Great Ape Raditz, Great Ape Nappa, Fasha, Great Ape, you know, King Vegeta, or Great Ape King Vegeta, or Turles. But I think these are more so things that we don't necessarily need at this stage, at least, because we have so many new characters from Super that some characters might just end up slipping through the cracks and not appearing. I mean, like I said, 200 characters is such an impressive roster number already. Like, that is already insane. So of course some characters might not make it, but I would definitely like to see characters like, you know, Paikon, obviously like Kibito Kai, and you know, the fusion here, Super 17 of a Shenron, maybe Arale is like a gag character would be pretty fun, and I guess maybe some like Great Ape transformations, or maybe the Bardock team, King Vegeta, that'd be pretty cool. But it is a ton of work. And then, you know, we go over here and you have like a more so complete image here of characters that are missing. So if you go all the way to the top, you know, you got all the Dragon Ball characters that are missing. You know, you have Kami missing, you can Piccolo. Dragon Ball Z, you've got Paikon, King Vegeta. Super, we don't have, you know, Jako, Shisami. I forgot these guys' names. You don't have Champa, Vados. You don't have Badamageda. You don't have, forgot his name as well, man. Like, I remember these characters, but like when it comes to the moment, I just forget. We've got the Namekians, the rest of the trio of the Danger, and then all these other characters, which granted they are some side characters, but you know, it would be cool maybe getting like a Universe 6 DLC pack or something, or like, I don't know, like Resurrection F packs, maybe free updates, I don't know. And then we actually have a lot of GT characters missing. I'm not complaining, I'm just pointing this out. I just want to reiterate that, you know, if people come across here and be like, oh, he's complaining. I'm not, I'm just pointing things out. I'm trying to kind of wonder what's going on. So, you know, you got GT, Base Vegeta, and Super Saiyan, and it would be pretty cool to have like a costume for him where you've got the mustache and stuff. You can kind of put that on the Super Saiyan transformation, Super Saiyan 4. That'd be hilarious, and that'd be pretty cool, right? Considering in the actual game, in Sparking Zero, you've got GT Goku that goes from base all the way to Super Saiyan 4. It would have been cool to have the same thing for Vegeta as well, right? Then, you know, you got Trunks, GT, and Super Saiyan. You could maybe have this as an alternate costume for like Future Trunks, really, because you already have Super and Future. Then you've got like Rildo as well, which is actually a really big surprise that we didn't have Meta Rildo as well. Super 17, and then you've got the rest of the Shenrons, right? So that's also a surprise. And then you've got the movie characters that didn't make it, which is like, you know, Cooler Squad, and then you've got the other two androids from Android 13, Bojack's Henchman. Hatchiyack would have been a cool addition for sure from the OVA, Plan to Eradicate the Saiyans. Bio Broly, I'm also surprised didn't make it in. Super Saiyan, Bardock, and Shield would have been awesome. I think like Super Saiyan transformation for Bardock would probably be the easiest thing to add. And Shield as well would be really cool, but I think a lot of these things will be solved by mods. Granted, they won't all be, I think, like fully voiced or whatever. It might take a while to get to that point, but you know, granted, it'll be pretty cool. And then I'm pretty sure for the rest of the row here with like Pan and like, you know, all these superhero characters that will come in their superhero DLC. So this isn't really like missing. This will just kind of be added later. And then of course, you know, I'm going to turn off my camera here for a second. You've got the manga characters down here, which there was, I think, some sort of interview where they brought up why these characters are in there, and rights with Shueisha are really finicky, so I'm hoping they can brute force add these characters even if they have to pay a lot of money for rights or things like that, you know, because you've got like Mirrors, you've got Moro here, like Moro's forms are sick, you've got 7-3, Ultra Ego Vegeta, of course, Granola, you've got Gas, and then Black Frieza. Like, these characters would be freaking awesome. And then, you know, you could do like an exclusive characters bundle or something. You know, you got Toa and Mira, they made it to Kakarot, you know, you got Supreme Kai, and then Android 21 as well. So it's like a lot of characters that would be cool to have, but realistically not all these characters will make it for the sake of, you know, them just making sure that the rest of the characters that are in here are fully fleshed out and playable and they have great interactions. But I'm sure that some characters might come into the game later as DLC, because Sparking is one of those games I feel like is going to be supported for a while. Maybe not as long as Xenoverse, who knows. But if they do like really good DLC packs, they could easily probably outdo Xenoverse in terms of quality and how many characters they can add. Because Xenoverse is still going after like almost 10 years, which is insane. So Sparking Zero, I feel like, will have the longevity, will have the fan base behind it. You've got the custom battles that could pretty much give you infinite content, infinite like replayability as well. So they could totally just drop more DLCs, and I don't care if they paid for. As long as we can support the game and just get good updates, I think that's what really matters at the end of the day. So I'm not salty about this. I'm just like, where these characters are, and why they didn't make it. And literally the answer is more than likely because it's too much work at the moment to try to make a deadline to release the game with all these characters prepackaged. Most of these will probably show up at some point as DLCs or something like that, right? Like, it just makes sense. You've got most of the base characters that you really would need to have a Dragon Ball game working and stuff like that. So yeah, that's really all I wanted to talk about. No salt. Let me know in the comments below what you guys want to see in terms of like what characters you want to see the most. Maybe put them in order or something. And yeah, make sure to watch another video here. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice wonderful day. Peace.